Hey guys, Rick Shaw here. It's the 23rd of July 2021. We've got a pretty cool day. It's about 72 here, 72 degrees, breezy, still rainy. It cut down some. It really toned down the rain, but it's kind of even misty. I don't know if you can see all the fog in the trees. Everything is all fogged up. It's like the clouds just settled on the ground here. So at least that's keeping some of the rain down. This place drains really well. But something I wanted to talk to today, I get guys sending me tips for channels to watch, and since I'm here and we're watching some, we were actually down at my wife and I were at the mall yesterday. We were hashing it out with PLDT. We had the PLDT drivers around here saying there had to be so many of us and all that, and that's just not the case. We had a problem before with PLDT, so what we did was we just settled with them, and the settlement came to like 359 pesos or something instead of the full 2-year thing. So that was cool. We just gave it. They're going to be coming out here. We do have, I don't know if you can see that wire there. I had them put in a coax and the wire for the internet, and it's wired directly into my walls here. So that we don't have to drill holes in the house and bring it in on the side. They can do everything out at the pole there, where the meter is. So that should work out okay. But like I was saying, some of these guys are sending me channels, so I watch them. And one of them was, oh geez, what the heck was the name of that again? Hold on. I just watched you might say a latest one. Sorry guys. Okay, the Raw Facts. It's the Raw Facts guy. And I watch a lot of these other channels. I watch Aussie in the Philippines. I seen some of the Dustin Backpacks ones. Just wasn't my thing, but I watched a few of them. I think I commented or something like that. And a lot of these things. But we're hearing that some of these people are on like a tourist visa, and I do know for a fact if you're on a tourist visa you cannot work here. You can't do anything. I mean, I've even heard that you shouldn't even be mowing your lawn if you're staying somewhere because you're taking away work from a Filipino. So that's cool. That's fine. Now me, I'm on a 13A, and I did work here. I had no problem getting that done. But the thing is, talking to our friend, we have a buddy in the PNP, it's Colonel, and talking to him, he said, you have to have, like, there's permits and stuff for this if you're going to do any kind of charity. So I say for a lot of these guys to just end all the headaches, and end all this silliness that's going on. Just post it. By the law here, if you're running a charity in the Philippines, you have to, if somebody asks to see the paperwork on that, you have to show them, and you have to basically show them your books. Anybody who wants it, that has to be made public. That's my understanding of it. So why don't they just put this, like in their about section? Put it in the about section, and if anybody wants to, see the books, put it in there. Put your daily logs of what you're doing. They talk about this Brian Ahern guy and the Brian, whatever the other name is, with the money they're collecting. Put it up, guys. Just put it up and end all this stuff. They made a big fuss with Andy Omar because he was going after people. If you do stuff that's wrong here, they're gonna jump on you. Somebody's gonna jump on you. You're putting yourself out in the public. So I just be careful of that and do everything right here. Do the stuff here. It's like when we went to the mall yesterday. I had my mask and my face shield on. I have it in the car now. I was teasing them a little bit because it's one of them masks I got now. I usually wear the Tropical Tim one, but yesterday I got one came in the mail. It was a mask, and it's the one where the blue thing's pulled on the bottom and then a fake nose and stuff. So, but I like some of the goofy masks that you wear here. But we weren't doing any trouble out in the open area. You can have your kids, but they're not allowed in the stores. We asked one of the main security guards there, but they can't go in the store. So at least they can walk around in the mall now. And we saw little tiny ones even. And instead of them having to sit in the car, that's what I was thinking. So next time we go, I'll walk around outside. When my wife was in PLDT, my goodness, it took an hour. So I was walking around looking at the different shops, looking at phones and laptops. And I'll tell you what, most of the laptops I've seen that were worth a darn were around $1,000 brand new. And that was in every shop I looked at. And I seen some that you're looking at $1,500. If it's got any kind of memory or speed or anything like that. So that's one thing you can bring here. Just make sure on your little charger thingy that it's good for 120 or 220, and a lot of them are now. They're like world power things. But that's one thing I would say if you're going to come here and you have a good laptop or something, or you want to get one, you can get a lot better deals in the States. That is for absolute sure. Phones here aren't too expensive, although I did see one of my viewers said he got the S20 Ultra Samsung, and he liked it better than all the rest, and it was a decent price. Here, everywhere I looked, they're $1,000 and up for a phone like that. Now you can get it a little cheaper on Lazada, but here's the thing, guys, you don't know what you're going to get. You have no idea what's going to happen. Now my phone, I don't take it anywhere. I always leave it at home. I use it as my computer to upload this stuff. I just got this nice little phone. It was like $7 or something like that. I charged it when I first got it. The battery lasted 3 days. I can text with it. It's the one that I take with me when I go somewhere, just for communication, which is rare. I don't. There's very few people I talk to on the phone. Some I do, but it's kind of rare for me. Texting, I would rather just text. Like when my wife was in the thing, I just text her, after about an hour, how long, and she says, oh, I'm inside now, almost done. So that was cool. And then I was able to let her know where I was. I just started heading back over that way, and we did some shopping. I found a nice pair of sandals that actually fit me over there. They were a little pricey, but I couldn't believe it. At the S&M mall, she talked the guy down a couple $100. I was like, oh, cool. Unless it was supposed to be on sale already, but she says, oh, that's a little bit too much, and she got it down $100, and she says, oh, come on, a little more, and he did. He went ahead and put another sticker on it, and I didn't know you could do that in there. So that was kind of neat. I don't think, maybe they thought they can't sell a big shoe like that, but this is what I got, and they were a little under $20, and they fit good. They're not pulling on me. I wore them yesterday for a while, and then I got these ones. These aren't quite the right size, and they're like for my instep, they're hard to slip in. I see my wife; she just kicks her foot like that, and her shoe pops off. I can't do that. I got to wiggle my feet into them and wiggle my feet out because they're tight. Then I do like one thing here. When you get the flippers, they have these ones with like a little 1,000 nubs on them. I don't know where mine are now. Here's one pair right here that I adapted. I hope you can see that. See all the nubs? I really recommend this so that they don't slip. Now these ones are okay for when it's dry, but when you get out, you'll slip off of them. They get slippery like you're on ice. So watch out for that. I don't wear shoes much. It's very rare. Now, if you're riding your motorcycle, you have to have closed-toed shoes, guys, because they can get you on it. Do they enforce it that often? No. But now with this COVID stuff, they're enforcing stuff they never enforced before. I'm serious. They're getting people. I'm seeing them writing tickets now for, and another one they're really getting big on here is when you see a couple. We saw a couple got pulled over that was carrying their baby in the middle. They never bothered that before. But they are now. They're stopping them now, and they're writing them tickets. We were sitting at the light while they were writing them a ticket and took the dude's license. So, you got to be careful now. A lot of places are hurting for money. And government agencies too, with people not working, guys. It's just not cool. It's not cool at all. So you got to be really careful. Hi, sweetheart. There's my little schoolgirl getting ready. We bought her a nice. We bought her a couple nice dresses yesterday. When we were in the store, they had a big sale at S&M. So we got the boys 3 outfits, and we got my daughter some nice dresses, and they got their nice little jackets. And they need them now. It's kind of chilly. It's a little bit chilly. Me, I'm good, but we don't need a fan in here now. I've even got the windows closed some so we don't get so much wind through here. Last night, every window was soaking wet. The door got wet through the screen. I mean, the rain was coming from all different directions. It was super windy last night. But one thing that's really funny, when it's windy, the rain not like a straight downpour, doesn't hit the roof and make it so loud in here. So it wasn't that loud. Battery took a little poop here. But we are having a good day. We'll be getting ready to walk up. Matty should be done here. He's just about done now. He's got about 5 minutes to go. They're up in the stuff. I did talk to the teacher a little bit, because my daughter came back with the telling time thing, and we work on her with that also. And she had given a check mark, like an okay, and the times were wrong. They weren't even close. So I don't know if that girl knows how to read a regular hand clock. I think maybe she only knows digital from her phone, because she gave her an 8 out of 10, and there was only one that was correct from what I saw. So I wrote it on there. I wrote it on the paper and said, "Hey, this got to be, this got to be fixed." So we might be done with her. We're still looking around for someone else. We need these kids tutored. They're talking about the school's going to be open again. They had a big thing here that I didn't say anything about, but I was pretty happy when it said, it's going to be the middle of August. And it was right from the government, and I was like, great. And I didn't say nothing about it. I thought, okay, about time. But we'll see, because everything changes here, day to day. And guess what? They changed it now to the middle of September. And I'm sure by the time it gets close to September, they'll change it to October and then November. They just don't seem to want to end this here. When countries around the world are ending it. And it just seems like, this is going to be a never-ending thing here. People can't get in and out. Now they just said that OFWs and stuff can come in and blah, blah, blah. And there was another thing on there that said if you come in and you're a family, you live in the same household, you can share a hotel room. And, you're still not allowed to home quarantine or anything like that. But I can't understand why you're not just tested when you come in. Negative, you go. What's up with that? So are they trying to say their test is absolutely no good? Or what's the deal with it? I don't know. So many of these doctors that know about this PCR test, they come right out and tell you that it's not for this. This has been going on for a year now. I've posted it on my Facebook. I've mentioned it here before. I put these actual doctors up. Even the guy who invented the test, that's a lab test. That was never meant for diagnostics. He comes right out and says it. And that's all they're using. So why are they doing that? I mean, if this information is out there, why isn't somebody getting it to the people that are high up here so they can see that too? I don't think they've ever seen it. They must have not have. I guess. What's up? I'm not understanding it. But they're doing it all over. They're going to make this. I think they're going to make this shot mandatory. They're trying it in Europe. France is doing it. Canada now. They're pushing this big thing, and it's like, You know, guys, your freedom's just gonna vaporize unless you stand up and start speaking up. You know, say something. And I'm not one side or the other. I'm more of a libertarian type guy. I think that if you want it, great. You know, get 2, get 3. You know, do it. Get as many as you want. But don't make me get it. Don't say because I got it, you have to get it. You know, it's just silly. That was like one of the memes I had on there. Some of them don't fit in my thumbnail, so I can't put them on. So I try to put them somewhere in the video. And it was a guy sitting there in a diaper, and they said, you know, oh, you got to have got to wear a diaper, not because you're pooping your pants, but to protect me in case if you do or something. You know, this is basically what they're saying with this jab thing here. You know, if it's protecting you. If I don't want one, why do I got it? You're protected already. And then they're starting to talk about, okay, they're not going to let you go anywhere. You have to stay in because you didn't get it. And I just put out a thing. I have got into this one site where people put in their story about the jab. Now, it's a percentage of the people who get it. There's a lot of people, I know a lot of them said they're fine. They didn't even notice it. They got 2 of them already, and they haven't even noticed it. Tim's wife hasn't complained about it. I got a guy, Ronald, he's gotten a couple, and okay, so there's some don't have a problem, but there's some that are having some serious, terrible reactions. And the thing that gets me is, governments always say, but if it saves just one person, you know, like with the gun control issue, if one person it saves. Okay, well, let's go save one of these people and just stop this stuff. They're not looking into it. Don't ever think that this is a tested drug. It's not, guys. It hasn't been. It was put through on an emergency thing, and if you want to believe otherwise, then you're not doing your research. You're not looking into this. So, you know, there's been slight testing, and the big test is the people getting it. That's the big test right now. So I would be careful of that. So, but this is just me. This is what I'm thinking of today. We're not really going out other than getting the kids back and forth to school. I don't really like the real rainy days. I actually had the year that this little fella right here. Say hello. You're not saying, oh, that was a enthusiastic hello, huh, mister? But not yet. Not yet. But the year he was born, we went into the hospital. This was in May. And when we went in, it was sunshiny and beautiful. And when we left, it was raining. And it rained every day but like 3 days until Christmas, or was like this. Whether it was rain, it was just gloomy. And I'm not kidding you. I was getting ready to say, hey, let's get all our paperwork together, pack it up, and get the hell out of here. I just hated it. I don't like the rainy days. I like the sunshine. You know, I want to be out in the sun as much as I can. This kind of weather makes my back just sore. You know, when I'm soaking up the sun, I feel pretty good. When it's like this, I hobble around like an old goat. And right now we're sitting on humidity's pushing 80% right now. And it's a chilly breeze. I'm in the house. It's warmer in the house than it is outside because I don't have all the windows wide open. I'm not pushing that big breeze through here because it's damp. Just noticed in the last day or two underneath the sink, it's getting a musty smell, and there's no leaks. There's no water under there. It's just getting a musty smell from being closed up. You got to watch that here. You know, it gets molds and stuff grow in this country super fast, especially during the rainy season. It's amazing. So that thing, what I'm planning on doing, I'll get a little cheap. I got a little cheap fan that'll plug in, and at nighttime I'm just going to I'll cut a hole in the door. I'll cut a hole in one door, cut a hole in the other one, mount the fan, and just have it forced air. Leaving it open didn't work because a couple nights I've just left them wide open when we go to bed. You know, and it's not working. It's still really stinky, and that's what we got in there. We basically got the propane in there. We keep our eggs in there, dishwashing liquid, the big plates that don't fit anywhere in my reverse osmosis. But there's no water leaking in there at all, none. So, you know, it does get fungus here. And, you know, we pulled some of this stuff out like I did the other day. Since we're in the house, I pulled all this stuff out, couch and everything, and just couldn't believe all the dead bugs and debris. I have stuff underneath there, my borax, and the ants are getting it, but there's other bugs that are getting it. I just put up in these troughs up here, I put some of this sticky paper, and I cut it into strips, and I laid it over where they cross. There's like, it's metal studding, so there's crosses. So I made a little bridge with those in about 6 spots, because we've got these huge spiders as big as my palm now that carry their babies, and they're just running around the house all over. We've got them up in the bedroom where in the middle of the night want to run across your face, and I'm not having it. I went on a big thing where I smashed a bunch of them. I just smashed them. I chased them down, and you can slow them down by spraying them with a little vinegar, because they're super fast. I mean, they'll run across terrain. Like the one I was chasing ran from here. He ran and jumped actually on the screen here, fell loose, ran onto here, hit the wall, came around this thing, and was all the way over here before I got him. You know, he was boogieing. I don't want that. Those are not going in my house. I don't care if somebody says, oh, you shouldn't kill them, you should catch them, put them outside. No, I'm going to kill them. Sorry, guys. I'm going to smush them, and then I'll just wipe the spot off the wall. You know, I don't like them. I don't want them in my house. It's just like cockroaches. Nobody thinks twice about killing a cockroach, and they say, oh, well, they eat a lot of bugs. I haven't seen them eating any bugs. So all I see them doing is carrying around a big pouch of eggs to put a bunch more of them in my house. No, I'm sorry. If I see eggs anywhere, like when I lived in the States, I suck those to get rid of them. I don't want so many of them in the house. And I don't like the fact at night when you get one of these things climbing across your face. I just don't. I don't want a spider that's as big as my palm climbing over my face when I'm sleeping, or my children, or my wife, or grandma. Forget it. So I've been seeing them at night if I'm down here, you know, reading or something like that. I usually have my little firelight on, and I see them coming out of there. They come out of there, run across the wall, but they're very sensitive to movement. If you move, I don't know if it's sight or they got little feelers on them, but if you move towards them, they're gone. So the other thing I do is I have the vacuum cleaner. I keep this ready with this real long hose. I've sucked up about 6 of them already in the last, since it's rainy, 3-4 days now. So, and I check them, make sure after I suck them up, I wait a bit, and then I open up the thing and I make sure they're good and dead. But none of them were alive. I give them a good poke anyway, and then I go ahead and smash all the eggs that's on them, because they carry these eggs on their belly. And very, very weird spider, guys. Very weird spider. I remember over at my buddy Ronald's, he had a lot of them too. He had bunches of them. And when we were in the Carmona, in both places we lived in Carmona, I never saw one. You know, saw some rats. So, but really something. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go. It's Friday. Kids are they're gonna be off for the weekend. So that'll be cool, and then we're going to have some time to talk to them. Hopefully the PLDT will be here this coming week. My data on the phones, I only got a couple more days and it's out. I don't want to have to buy it again. I might buy one of those. They have a new one out. I saw it when I was in front of the PLDT. It's tied in with Smart, where you get from that load for your phone so much. So that way, if we're out, we can use the phone. And I just carry that little phone. I don't want to damage my other one. You know, I was looking at the cost associated with phones and laptops, and it looks like I'll be doing another phone. This one's basically shot. It's a Samsung A50. It's had trouble for a long time. The only Samsung I had that was good, I said this in videos before, It worked flawlessly. I was like, man, this is a great phone. This Samsung company, what a good company. It did everything I wanted and it had zero problems. And then I sat down and I cracked the screen, and it got the black creeping death where it got bigger and bigger to where the phone wasn't usable. So I did order another phone, this one, and then I thought, okay, we'll keep that one as a backup. I'll keep it in the house. So we went to Faye's buddy and had a new screen put on. And when he got in there, it was a Chinese, it wasn't a Samsung. He goes, it was a knockoff. And I got it from Abbotson's. And it was a knockoff. It was not a real Samsung. He said, look here. He put it on his machine. It was a C30 or something like that. He goes, this is absolutely not a Samsung. I can't even put the screen I ordered. He ordered a screen. He goes, it won't work. It's in the wrong, I have to get this one. And he goes, I have one. It's fine, and I'll just keep the Samsung screen, because I wanted to put the same screen on it, because it had an AMOLED LED screen, fancy schmancy, and it did have a good picture on it. I have to say it had a good picture, but it wasn't the right phone. And now I got this one, and first thing we did when I got it, when we were picking up the other one, I brought it down, put it on his machine. Oh yeah, that's the Samsung. That's the Samsung A50. That's a good one. And it's been a headache since the day I got it. We had so many times where I had to take the keyboard. The keyboard, if I would punch a P, it would put an A in, or it would put 6 items in. And the only way to, shutting the phone off, rebooting, didn't work. The only way to do it would be completely take the keyboard out. And it didn't matter which keyboard, whether it was the Samsung or the Google, had to take it completely out and reinstall it before it would work again. And it just would do weird stuff all the time. And I don't go to sites. I use the Brave browser if I'm looking for something, which is very rarely. I have another junker phone for stuff. I have the email, which I do not open anything in spam at all. And if I see an email from somebody I do not know, I just delete it. You know, if you gotta. I just don't open them. I mean, there's sales ones that come on there. Not too many. There's just a couple. But if I don't know the email, or I ask my wife, who is this? And she don't know, boom, I just delete. I don't open anything. I don't open anything on the phone. Okay, sweetie. Bye-bye. Oops. Love you, baby. My beautiful schoolgirl. Grandma's taking them up for school. I'm going to go pick Maddie up. So I don't know, if we got the virus or what, and it's just been a nightmare. It'll shut itself off, even though the battery's not dead. I'll be using the phone. I'll be right in the middle of uploading. I have to do a bunch of stuff for the video. First, I got to take it from this camera through this camera's little app and put it onto the phone. Then I got to take it over to KineMaster and do my stuff to it there, and then I have to export it from KineMaster, and then I got to put it up on YouTube. So it takes a little bit of time. Well, it doesn't allow you more than 10 minutes of non-activity on the screen. So I got to make sure this stuff that takes a half an hour sometimes, I got to be over there swiping it up or down, so that it doesn't shut off. Because if it shuts off, you may have 20 minutes of stuff loaded up to the export, and if you don't swipe it, it goes back to 0, and I got to start again. It's just a ridiculous phone. Why can't I have a thing on there that says unlimited? Right now it says shuts off in 1 minute, 3 minutes of inactivity, 5 minutes, and it goes up to 10. Why doesn't it give me that it doesn't shut off? But they don't give you that anymore. They used to. My other phone, my Chinese Samsung, had that. I didn't have any problem at all. This one, I don't know. But the problem is, my wife, she was done with the Samsung too, all the problems she had with it. So went ahead and I got her a Vivo. And it was 100 and some bucks. Nice phone, good memory. I gave her a 512 memory card in there. Got it all set up. But when I try to do anything on it, it's so foreign, the way it operates. I'm so used to the way a Samsung operates. If I switch to another phone, it's just going to be a nightmare and a headache. And when it comes to this technology, I do get frustrated quick on this stuff. Never grew up with this stuff. You know, it's just a real bummer. Now, I did get into computers. I actually took a couple computer classes when I first had to do it, because we were doing, you know, through work. I had, you know, billing and all that I had to do, and materials orders. I had to be on the computer, so it was free classes, and I took them. And I had we had laptops right in the vehicle, and I didn't have any problem with that. But these phones, they're a whole different animal for me. Now, I see how Tim does it on his phone when he's doing stuff. He showed me how his worked. He gave me a real detailed thing with the KindMaster. Well, my phone, when he was here last time, I showed him what mine was doing, and he was like, "What?" You know, I'll put stuff on it. Let's say a video is 20 minutes or so, and I'll put something at the tail end, like my finishing thing, right? Well, where does it put it? It puts it up in the front. So I got to take the whole thing all the way back to the front, and then I got to drag this thing one by one all the way to the back, and then cut it. You know, why is my phone doing that? You know, what happened there? And even Tim was like, I don't know what the heck happened there. You know, so just weird, the stuff with these phones. I'm hoping, one thing I am hoping, when this PLDT comes in, at least they'll load quicker, because when we were over at Faye's brother, he's working over the internet for a company now. He's not at McDonald's anymore, and he's making 3 times the money plus bonuses. And they set him up with the computer and the internet service right at his house. I believe it's called Signal. And I went to go upload a video. It was a 20-minute video or whatever. The one where, if you go back, it's the one where I did my first walkabouts with Grandma in the neighborhood. And they're pretty cool. So you can see the lay of the land here. You guys who haven't seen any of them, you should go back on some of these videos. I know there's over 500, but it was pretty interesting videos of the neighborhoods. And I went to go put this video up, and I set the phone down thinking it's going to be a half an hour, 45 minutes. And I went to go swipe the phone. It was already processed and ready to watch. And this was a matter of no time. So I'm hoping this PLDT will speed things up for me here, getting things uploaded. And this is a computer now. This big thing that we bought here, it is actually a computer too. The cool thing about it, we can do karaoke. Tie it in. It's all Samsung stuff. The karaoke machine, and it's all Samsung. So they all tie together. We can turn them on with the phone. We can turn everything on with the phone. And if you're doing karaoke, I had it set up here so that we could have the karaoke and people could stand outside and see the screen. But you can also mirror what's on the TV to your phone. So if you're doing karaoke, you can just stand there and got your little screen. Hi, handsome. How'd you do in school today?
I have this and this.
Oh, my. All right, I'm going to look at your paperwork, okay?
Okay.
Get it all open up, set it on the table. All right, well, I'm going to let you go. It's time to look at the boy's schoolwork and see how he's doing. And what are you going to say, mister? Thanks, buddy. Don't forget to pray for each other. All right, where you at? Okay, ready?
You show up.
That a boy. Thank you.